Another day in the life of a nomad. After Clover's morning walk, we stopped at Planet Fitness so I could take a shower. And then I did some laundry. I had the whole place to myself today, which was unusual. I'll typically do laundry once a week or so. Laundromats on the road can be hit or miss, but this one is pretty decent. It's funny, I used to hate doing laundry, but I don't really mind it as much these days. I think it's possibly because I usually only have one or two loads to do, but also I think simplifying my life and reducing the amount of stuff that I have has gone a long way towards making things easier in my day-to-day. After I finished doing laundry, I stopped over to Albertsons to get some stuff for breakfast. I ended up seeing this jalapeno cheese bagel behind the bakery counter, and I knew I just had to have it. I used my mini noodle cooker to warm it up and make a sort of breakfast sandwich with some bok choy and ham. After breakfast, Clover went into her crate for a nap, and I did some deliveries. Today was a lot easier than yesterday. I felt like things went by a little bit quicker and we were able to escape the deliveries for a while and go for a nice hike. This is Geronimo Trail, which is at the South Mountain Preserve. This was an easy trail, very dog friendly. There were quite a few boulders that Clover was able to go and explore. Clover is pretty athletic. She's always jumping around on rocks and climbing trees. She likes to go for swims and she likes to paddleboard. She's a Boston Terrier and she is 5 years old. I've had her since she was 8 weeks old. After our hike, I grabbed a bag salad and just ate that with some chia seeds. I had never had this kind before. It was okay. I would probably get it again. Oh, and I almost forgot to give my DoorDash breakdown for the day. I earned $140, which was $10 shy of my $150 goal. I had 4.83 active hours, which made my average hourly pay rate $28.99. I completed 13 orders with an average $10.77 per order. And I drove 98 miles and had a gas usage of $20.58, which brought my net to $119.42. For the week, we're sitting at $418.19. Now, on my last video, somebody had commented about there being apps that can track your mileage, and yes, there absolutely are, but I did want to kind of go more in depth about that topic. So today I used Stride, which is an app that will help you calculate your GPS miles as well as your taxes based on what you earn. I've tried several apps over the last 3,000 deliveries that I've done, and I have kind of found all of them to be a little off when it comes to actual mileage. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you pick an app and use the app and track your miles, that's fine. But if you're just relying on a GPS tracking app such as Stride or QuickBooks or any of the others out there, just a word of caution that you might be shorting yourself miles. So today when I used the app, it gave me a distance of 73.99 miles, whereas when I used my odometer on my Jeep, I just wrote down, the starting odometer and the ending odometer. It actually gave me 98 miles. The mileage reimbursement rate for 2023 for when you go to do your taxes is 65.5 cents per mile. So with today's difference of 24 miles on the app, that means that if you were doing your taxes, you could lose out on a little over $15 on what you would claim. Now, let's say that you had a 20-mile discrepancy every day of the year. That would be over $5,000 difference on your taxes. So just a heads up, I always, track my starting odometer and my ending odometer for while I'm door dashing, just so I can have the most accurate mileage versus relying on the apps. Although there's nothing wrong with relying on the apps, just kind of be aware that there can be a discrepancy. And of course, it could just be me. It could just be my phone. I am a travel dasher going all over the country. So there's definitely going to be cities where my service isn't as good as it might be in the next. So if any of you are using an app and you feel that it's been pretty accurate for you, go ahead and comment what app it is that you like to use to track your mileage. I think it would be neat to try and compare some of the apps throughout the rest of the week if anyone has one that they would like me to kind of test out against the odometer. And that's it. Thanks for sharing the day with me.